Hello and welcome, you're listening to Metal Verbalizers, and I am Johan. Today I will verbalize the band Hostilia. Hostilia is a thrash metal band from Gothenburg, Sweden, that were started in 2021 by the two brothers Albert and William. As many other thrash metal bands, Hostilia is heavily influenced by the Bay Area and the kind of old school thrash metal, such as Exodus, Testament, Violence, Heathen, etc. If you like this kind of old school thrash metal sound, like these previously mentioned bands, but a band that is kind of like introducing a little more modern sound into their thrash, Hostilia is definitely your thing. The vocals remind me a little bit of bands like maybe Evil or Municipal Waste. That's kind of like going for this raspy type vocal, but not going as far as growl or something like that, more like extreme vocals. Hostilia doesn't sound at all like Municipal Waste, or really Evil for that matter, but there are some things in the vocals that kind of rasp, that maybe think of them a little bit. It could be that the vocals makes me think of a very type of like heavy version of crossover, the kind of like crossover thrash punk bands like that, and also songs like Eaten Alive give me some big Slayer vibes. Especially, I think the part that makes me think of Slayer is kind of like melodic and almost evil sounding, like melodies in the beginning, but then that turns into a really heavy, headbanging, friendly riff, which is like really Slayer to me. Like the kind of like melodic intro, evil stuff, and then, kind of like going into this super heavy riff. When it comes to the band's image, they are going for a very classic and traditional US thrash look, with the, the band t-shirts, jeans, and sneakers. Hostilia is one of these bands, I think, that really seem to let the music speak for itself, and not rely so much on an image in that way. Something really interesting that I noticed, and again that kind of makes me interested, is that when you look at some band pictures of Hostilia, you can quickly notice something interesting here. That one member is like wearing a Creator Pleasure to Kill shirt. Another wears an Iron Maiden shirt, and then a third one is wearing a Rush shirt. That is something that I noticed, and this is cool, I think, because it implies that Hostilia is very influenced by a lot of different bands that way. I mean, even though I believe that there are probably few metalheads that would, dislike a band like Iron Maiden or Rush, it's still not super common. I think that you see thrash metal musicians wearing, Rush shirts or stuff like that in a band picture, or maybe it is more common than I think, and it's just I who haven't noticed it, but it's something that I took notice to when I saw that band picture. However, to talk about the album art a little bit, for example, the album art for Downtown Showdown reminds me kind of stuff, if we're talking the kind of style of artwork, it does remind me a bit of stuff like Absolute Power by the band Wrath, or Vampire's Grave by Hellripper, or something like Synthetic Dreams by the band Oath SC, etc. I think album art like that. I'm a big fan of that. I really really like this kind of artwork. It just I think it looks really great, and I think it's a really good way to at least get my attention to a band. Actually, speaking of, my first contact with Hostilia as a band was actually this album art for Downtown Showdown, and it did indeed get my attention. Together with their logo as well, which I'm also a big fan of. I think that Hostilia definitely has a very very badass and great logo. I really liked it. So it was like the album art for Downtown Showdown together with the logo. It just made me immediately think that okay, this is a band I need to check out, and you should absolutely look at this artwork as well, and I'm sure that you will feel the same way. When it comes to the lyrics of Hostilia, the lyrics are usually written by the two brothers, coming up with a theme and then kind of building it from there, so to speak. And I believe that one of the biggest influences to their lyrics seem to be 80s movies, and not the least 80s horror movies. To give you a little quick example is that the song Downtown Showdown is influenced by the movie The Escape from New York. It is telling about a car chase, not in the movie, but they kind of write that song and tell it in a way as if it were in the movie, even if it's not. Kind of a way to build upon the movie, to as a fan, kind of I think the way I see it here is that it's almost a way to kind of write fan fiction, but as a song. So it's kind of like building upon the story of the movie, but kind of its own thing. And in this case, Hostilia making it into a song. And this is kind of idea that I'm a very, very big fan of, and I think it's a really cool way to kind of write interesting lyrics, but also kind of giving a little homage to movies and stuff like that you're a fan of. So I think it's a really, really brilliant idea from a band like Hostilia to write lyrics like that. Other themes that Hostilia are singing about, however, is stuff like anti-war, such as the song Power Out, etc. As of now, Hostilia have 2 singles released with a total of 4 songs and 1 intro. They are, however, planning to release another single later this fall in 2022 actually. In addition to that, they're also hard at work with their debut full-length album. However, I don't know when Hostilia is planning to release this, or any more details. And to be completely honest, I'm not even sure if Hostilia really know a release date themselves right now. So I suppose we're just gonna have to keep our eyes and ears open for that and then look for it. But in any way, I would highly encourage you to keep your eyes open for the coming full length, because Hostilia seem like a very promising band in my eyes and ears. But at the end of the day, it seems like Hostilia's main focus and priority right now is to play as much live as they possibly can. So basically, if you have the opportunity to go and see these guys live, you need to do it. With that being said, I believe that it's time to wrap things up. I appreciate you listening, and if you like this episode, then make sure to follow us at Metal Verbalizers, and we will make sure to keep giving you more episodes like this one. If this episode would result in you checking this band out, then please tag us and let us know about it. We would appreciate it a lot, and it is a great way to both support us, but more importantly, the bands we're speaking about. We will be back to you next week with another Verbalization.